Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk men's basketball. With us, senior forward Michael Peterson. And Mike, first of all, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
I know we had you on this past fall, and there were a lot of unknowns coming into the season. How nice has it been for you as a senior here to be on the floor the last 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah, it's great. We didn't exactly know last time we were here what we were going to be able to do, even until December, really. And it's good since January. We've been on a solid roll with practice and games, so it's been nice.
I know, obviously, you're one of the leaders as a senior here on this year's team. A lot of young kids and a lot of new guys seeing their first action here over the past month. What's it been like having so many new faces?
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. I mean, we can kind of chalk it up to COVID. We don't really know if a lot of these kids would be getting this experience they're getting. So that's kind of been a benefit of the COVID year is what we call it. But it's been a lot of fun to just lead the new guys and kind of show them the way culturally and whatnot.
As we go to some of the highlights of this past weekend, you took on Northern Michigan. Obviously playing back-to-back games against the same team in the GLIAC as part of the conference schedule. How unusual has that been?
Yeah, I would like to tell you why we can't get a win on Friday yet, but we're just, the back-to-back is nice because at least for when you lose on Friday, so you can kind of get the stink off is what we've been saying, which we've been able to do, but we're trying to get rolling on Fridays.
Obviously, here got off to a good start, made some shots early, and was kind of back and forth here early on in the first half against the Wildcats.
Yeah, we liked how we came out offensively. At least we were hitting some shots, and then we weren't getting a whole lot of stops, and that's kind of was our downfall. How we got down pretty big in the second half. Walt was obviously going early, as you can see, but we just wish we could have kept that rolling, but didn't work out that way.
What's it like having a player like Walt Kelser as a teammate, a guy that really can light up the gym any given night?
Yeah, it's obviously a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of times he's a bailout for us. If we're not really getting a whole lot going offensively, he can just basically score at will on his own, which we want him to do, and he's going to continue to do that. But we got to help him out as role players for him, and make it a little easier on him.
Nice shot by you right there going into halftime that kind of cut the margin down a little bit, and obviously some work to do at halftime. And what was the talk, I guess, in the locker room at halftime coming out for the second half?
Yeah, really it was to get stops. I mean, they had 36 points, which is a little too much for our liking, especially when you only have 28. And then we just kind of said move the ball a little more, which we got down a lot. And I think we started moving the ball more and getting up and down more. It is why we cut into their lead down to, I believe 6 late here. So that was really the talk.
You mentioned that they had a 20-point lead. You cut it down to 6, and a great rally. Unfortunately, came up just a little bit short down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, we had a few chances. I know, at least me personally, I missed a shot to put us down 3 with about 2 minutes left. That would have been big. And then there was we kind of had 4 empty possessions there at the very end, which doomed us pretty much.
Final score 67-59, and obviously you lose that first game. You guys had some experience with that over the past couple weekends. Ready to come out the following day on Saturday and get a win.
Yeah, it was nice to have that experience, like you said, against Ashland, against Parkside. We just knew if we came out and pretty much played the same game, but just with a little more energy, that we would have a good chance going into Saturday.
As we go to Saturday's highlights, first of all, just being at home, and I know there's no fans other than the 100 cardboard cutouts or so, but what's it been like just being back at Wink Arena?
It's nice. It's definitely my favorite place to play. It's you're familiar with it. You're familiar with the backdrops, the rims, and everything. So it was definitely nice.
This first half in this game, kind of like the Friday game, it was kind of back and forth and a very even first half of action.
Yeah, I think as you see on the highlights here, our bigs definitely came to play the whole game. I mean, if you look at our box score, the bigs pretty much played the same amount of minutes, and they all probably shot over 75% as a unit. Veas here with the hook, and Logan with a bunch of layups all game, and then Mason really had a great weekend, so we were happy with that.
What's been the biggest change maybe from Friday to Saturday over the last 3 weekends? Maybe not so much, obviously, in terms of the X's and O's, but just the competitiveness.
Yeah, especially when you lose, you don't want to lose back-to-back. It would make for a pretty crappy week going into the next week. So we know if we play our games the way we want to play them, we'll come out on Saturdays with a lot of wins. Hopefully, they're just going to start carrying over to Fridays.
Got a 27-26 lead here at halftime, and one thing you guys did really well in this game was really sharing the ball, 22 assists, and got some great ball movement going in here in the second half.
Yeah, 27 points isn't a ton in that first half, but the ball kept moving, and the lid came off the basket in the second half, as you can see. Logan was hitting the jumpers. Ben was hitting some threes. Mason was getting to the rim, hitting some threes, so it really just all came together, and we were getting out in the break pretty well the whole weekend, and it just manifested right here.
Some big shots here. Ben Davidson with a couple threes. We'll see Mason Pline knocking down a shot, and then Walt Kelser a couple big threes late. Certainly, when you shoot like that, it's tough to beat a team like
Yeah,
that.
and I think that came from our defense. I mean, I believe they didn't have. I don't even know if they had 50 points. So I think that's where our offense came into play. Kind of, people would be lying if they're telling you getting stops and scoring didn't help the other side of the ball. So I think getting stops really helped us get out and run and gave us a lot of energy.
Obviously, over the years, Ferris is a team that plays a lot of guys, and that certainly has paid off some in these weekend back-to-back games.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like we said with COVID, we're probably playing a little more guys than we would, and I think that benefited us coming into Saturday's game. Kurt played good, stuff like that. So
This week, obviously, we're taping here early in the week. You got a Tuesday night game against Lake Superior, and then off to Michigan Tech for a couple games this weekend. Big stretch right here.
yeah, we're focused on Lake State right now. It's a big rivalry game. Since I've been here, they've been probably our biggest rival. And then when we go up to Tech, we know Tech's probably the hardest place to play in the GLIAC. I mean, it's definitely going to be hard to get a sweep there. We're going to try our best and let the chips fall where they may.
I know, obviously, a senior, and one of the things that the NCAA has kind of put out there is any senior can come back next year. Any plans for you? Have you decided what's going to take place at the end of the season?
Yeah, I'm not really sure yet. I've been in some preliminary talks with Bronx about what's going to happen for me next year, but I'm just playing my senior year and trying to do the best I can right now.
Obviously, I know he's said in a couple of interviews you had one of the best COVID off seasons of anyone in college basketball. Maybe talk about the work you put in this past summer to get ready for this season.
Yeah, I was in Florida, luckily, at the very beginning of the pandemic. My sister lives down there, so I got to go on outdoor gyms because I know it would have been hard in Michigan. So I kind of got a head start there. And then when I came back, me and Jimmy Scholler, he's from Grand Rapids, so we put in a lot of good work. And Bronx told me what he wanted me to get better at, and so I kind of took that and ran with it. And so I think I did have a good off season, yeah.
Obviously, as one of the seniors, one of the leaders on this team, what have you tried to instill in some younger guys like Jimmy and some of the other freshmen?
Yeah, I mean, really, I just taken from what the seniors when I was a freshman were giving me. Guys like Drew Cushingberry, Zach Hankins, they showed me the way and how to work hard, how to listen to Bronx, and how to get it into the weight room and come out to practice every single day with a mindset that we're trying to get better. And that's really, it's pretty simple when you think about it, but it does take a lot of work, and I'm trying to instill that into the young guys.
Well, Mike, thanks for being with us, and best of luck here this week as you get ready for some more action.
Yeah, appreciate it, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.